Hi, this is Miss Cindy, and I'm back today. I had a little vision. I wanted to do a little small piece that I could put on my bookshelf. So I like the Egyptian theme. My bedroom, my living room is pretty much in the Egyptian theme. So I thought if I could use a canvas or multiple canvases to make like an Egyptian pyramid, that's what I was going to do. And I want to put a pour on it. I'm going to try to do it with a pour. However, I could not find the triangle canvases in the different sizes. I could only find the square ones. So I'm going to end up doing a pyramid, but it's going to be the Aztec or the Mayan pyramid where I'm going to do the pour on. This way I can put my strainer on the top if I decide to do it and go ahead and tilt it. Anyway, once again, just fooling around. I did want this to be like a, not a centerpiece, but something that I can show that could be sitting on one of my, on my TV shelf. So all I did was I got four different size canvases. This is an 8, a 6, a 5, and a 4. And I may purchase a 3. I'm not too sure. All I did was I took my Gorilla Glue and just glued around the side and stuck them down. And as you can see, it's not fully cured, but it will hold. And that's the main thing, is to make sure it holds when I do the pour. So I'm going to decide if I'm going to get just one more for the top, which has to be flat because the Egyptians are pointed. The Mayans and the Aztec are square with like the steps coming down the sides. So that's my next project. So when I come back, I will probably start the pour. And let's see if this is going to work. Okay, now that I have had to change the type of pyramid I have a plan in mind. And that is with the Mayan pyramid, they have like steps that come down here on all four sides. And I don't want this to look like a miniature because I do miniature doll houses. I build those. I build rooms. I build miniature scenes on sides of tissue boxes. I really wanted this to be as close to just paint as possible. It's going to end up being a mixed media, but I wanted just paint on this and not a whole lot of other stuff. So anyway, this is going to be the actual pyramid. And then I did pick up 3 small canvases. These are 3 by 3 because they have a temple at the top of theirs. So I'm just going to glue these 3 together, and I'll probably paint those and put those on the top. So just to replicate stairs, this is a popsicle stick, and I have this textured paint. So I'm going to stain the back of it, and I did a test, and it's going to work. I'm going to go ahead and spray that, and these will replicate my steps on the side. Still be painted. I don't have to do any wood carving or anything like that. And what else did I decide to do? I don't want this smooth. So my next step is I'm going to use the coarse pumice gel medium, and I'm going to go ahead and put that all around the side so it gives it a rough feel before I even start to pour. So I will be back once I get all my 4 staircases done and get some pumice stone on here. And I guess that'll be about it. And then I'll be ready to do the pour. I just got some work to do before then. So I'll be back. So as you can see, I've already put the gel on the pyramid. I didn't think I had enough coarse gel, which I didn't. So I mixed the coarse, the bead, and the fine to have enough to cover each layer. That's something that I've learned you can do. It does work. You don't have to just use one texture of gel. You can mix them. So I mixed them just to make sure I had enough to cover all of the canvases. And this is not supposed to be a pretty design or smooth job. I just wanted some rough edges. So it's still drying, and that's what I'm going to get. The top part, I just put a little bit of gel around it, and that will be glued on after I do the pour, because I think I'm going to paint this one solid. That's going to be a solid color. I think I'm going to go with the strainer pour, only because I think the strainer pour will give me, it will run down all the sides, and that's what I want to do. I don't want to do just a cut pour and it runs down, 2 sides. So I think I'm going to do the strain or pour. I already have my paints mixed with Flotro. I'm not going to put Flotro on the surface of this because I don't want it to be a fast flow and everything goes down to the bottom. So no, you will not see me do the pour because the pours I don't particularly like doing and they're messy and half the time it's not in the camera shot. so so I will show you when I put on the colors and then I'll come back once the pour is done. Now, the interesting thing is I have all my sticks, they're all measured for the sides. This was the first one I did and I love this one. This is the exact, and I ran out of this. This was just enough to do one stick. I have the exact same can of paint, a brand new one, the same color, and it came out this color. So there is a difference. So I'm not going to worry about it. This to just be the front, and the other three will be the sides and the back. I'm not going to worry about it. So I guess I'm just waiting for this to dry, and then I guess I'll be ready to do the pour. I want to do the pour last, so I may just go ahead when this dries really good. Just go ahead and paint that solid because that's going to be on the top. Anyway, I'll be back. I'm getting there slowly. We're going to see if this is going to work. This is not supposed to be a miniature, so it's just supposed to be artwork. You know, just an art project, and I'm using mixed media. It's not supposed to be, and I'm hoping when it finishes, when you look at it, it looks like a Mayan or an Aztec pyramid. But I'm just trying to make it pretty, something different. I just wanted to try it, layering canvases. So this is not supposed to look like the real thing or a replica of the real thing. I just hope you get the idea that that's what I was going for. So I'll be back. Okay, so I've been doing some thinking about this pour. There's something I'm going to try this time that I've never tried before. Whenever I do a pour, my base is always a color, acrylic paint, some color with Flotro. And then I spread that along the bottom of the canvas. That helps it run. I'm going to try just a plain Flotro on this, no color, just to see if I can get it maybe smooth around the edges so that it'll flow. My concerns are the corner. Even though I may be tilting it, it may not hit those corners. So I do have a little paintbrush that I can dab it. And that's the Flotro, straight Flotro. Never tried this before, but I'm going to try it now. The other thing I did was I decided, I think I want the very last canvas a different color. So I taped it just to see if I can keep the pour from going on it. If the pour goes on it, goes under the tape, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just paint over it. But it would be nice if it didn't. So right now, all I'm going to do is I'm just putting some Flotro around this whole thing. No color, just straight Flotro. And I'm just brushing it on because I want to see if this will help it flow, especially down the sides, because I want it to keep flowing. I don't want it to get stuck. Don't know if this is going to work. Never done this before. But I'm going to try it. I don't think it'll hurt anything. I just want it to, just keep flowing. Come all the way down to the bottom. Yeah, so there's no rhyme or reason how I'm putting this on. I'm just trying to get the sides a little wet. Didn't want too much on. Okay. And it looked like I got all of the sides. Okay. All right, now we're gonna see what happens. Like I said, when I do a pour, it's messy for me. When I'm tilting, it gets in the way of the camera. You can't see it anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do the pour off camera. But here's my strainer. I'm gonna do a strainer pour, and I have metallics. I have like a gold, a bronze, a copper, a little black, a little bit of white, and I'm just gonna see if this works. So all I'm gonna do is put a little paint in and hope I have enough paint and see if it drips down. So I'll get this started first. Yeah, and it's gonna drip. Okay. So that's what I'm gonna do until it all drips down. I think that Floetrol is gonna help. There it goes. And I'll be back once this pour is done. Okay, that pour is done. And yes, it was a mess. It was a mess. I tried to wipe some of the excess off of the green tape down bottom. It took a lot of paint. It took extra paint because I had to make sure that I got all of the sides. I did need a brush because just what I expected, some of the corners, for some reason the paint was just not flowing over the corners. So I moved my strain a little bit to try to at least get it to drop down. So the pour is done. This probably take about 2 days to dry. And naturally, if you look up top, I always like that when you do the strainer. That's what the top looks like, but that's going to be covered anyway. I'm going to put a little temple up there, which I've already painted. It's not complete, but this will be going on top. So we just got to wait for this to dry, see how it dries, and then I'll paint the base, and we'll see how it comes out. Well, this layered canvas artwork that I did is completed. But before I show it to you, there were a couple of things I wanted to point out because I learned something along the way. I knew I didn't have enough the coarse gel to coat the entire canvas that I was doing, the pyramid. So I mixed them. I mixed the coarse, the fine, and the bead. And actually, and that was just to stretch out the coarse gel, and it worked. So I still got the rough edges around the side, but I didn't know you can mix them. I think it took a little bit longer to dry than if I would have just used one. But that's something that I learned, is that you can mix this gel to get different textures. The other thing is, when I was doing the top, the temple, I wanted to put some gel in here. These are the, the icing, the cake decorators. These are the disposable ones. I wanted to see if I could get like fine lines. Anyway, I tried the coarse. It didn't work. I tried the fine. I didn't like it. So what I took was a baggie, and I cut a tiny tip here, and I put some fine gel in there. And to my amazement, once I squeezed it out, it actually made like a ribbon effect. And I don't know if you can see it here. It was like a flat ribbon effect. So that is something I'm going to be doing in the future with my gels, just to get that ribbon effect. This is the top of the I did not use, and I did not use it because I painted it and it was too bright. By the time the pour was done, the colors did what they wanted to do. They mixed, they got darker, so I can't even use this. But I wanted to show you that. And the other thing is my frog tape, which I swear by, did not hold up for the pour. And I believe it's because it wasn't on a flat surface. It was, I had it taped over coarse gel. However, when I pulled that tape off, it didn't leak on the floor and the table. All of that, it held it in on the inside of the tape. So pretty much, I didn't even have to tape it off because it ended up, covering the bottom canvas anyway. But I had no mess because it just stayed inside the tape. So anyway, I'm not going to knock frog tape. It wasn't on a flat surface, so that's why it didn't hold. Okay, so now let me show you what I ended up with. Okay, this is my layered canvas project. I was going for a pyramid. I had saw a couple of my canvases just laying on top of each other before I put them up. And when I saw this, I said, you know what? I can make a pyramid. So that was the whole purpose of this. Pyramids, the Egyptian pyramid, which I'm into, has 3 sides. The Mayan Aztec has 4 sides. So because the canvases are square, I had to go with 4 sides. But anyway, there's the end result. I used the popsicle sticks and textured painted them for the stairs. Again, when you pour like this, that pour does what it wants to do. It would have really been nice if I could have kept this design that's on the top all the way down, but hey, it's gravity, it drips down. But when you use the metallics and then once you resin it, it just still looks pretty. My base, all I did was painted it green. I put a couple of miniature rocks in there and some moss, so it looks like the pyramid is sitting on grass. So that's about it for this one. Yes, you can stack canvases and make some sort of mixed media out of it. I'm going to do this again because I have a few of the 2 and the 3-inch canvases. So I'm going to do something with it. It won't be a pyramid, but I'm going to do something that has little depth and dimension. Anyway, if you like the content, please subscribe, give me a likes up, and have a great day.